Hi, everyone, and welcome to another round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I am JB, setting it up today for Danny Valencia of the Oakland Athletics, bringing it from all parts of the field. Danny, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I know you're stoked. I know fans are stoked. There are many that are already getting in line. The MLB Fans app is the way that you can get involved with the show. If you're mobile, use your phone or your tablet and fire that up and be a part of the show right here. Join me and Danny right in the show. Hashtag Chatting Cage on Twitter. I'll read it. In the meantime, I'm going to read this one off of the MLB Fans app because it's so flattering. James VG says, "Hey Danny, thank you for giving us A's fans many reasons to cheer. Really enjoy watching you play." First off, now the question. How did you like playing in right field? Hey, you've done a great job out there, but how do you enjoy it?
I really like it, actually. I've always liked, being able to move around a little bit and play different positions. But playing right field here at home in Oakland is always nice because our fans out there are pretty wild, and they say what's on their mind. They're very encouraging, and it's really a blast when you're out there and right. You almost try to lock into the game because they can really be vocal out there.
Fans a big part of playing right field out there in Oakland, and that's something you don't get exactly quite the same way at third base, but there you have it, folks. That's how it works, just like that. Get your questions in via Twitter or via the MLB Fans app, or probably best, fire up your device. Join us right here in the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. I will go back to the MLB Fans app, and this one, well, let me just read this real quick. It's not a question, just a statement from Athletics Domination Nation 79. You're the man, Danny. Hashtag Oakland A's all day. So that's not a question. I just thought I'd share that.
Well, thank you.
It's always good. MLB Man wants to know, Danny, what was your favorite baseball player and baseball team when you were growing up as a kid?
My favorite player is no doubt Ken Griffey Jr. I pretty much idolized him. I tried to copy his swing, playing, stickball in the front yard with my friends. I obviously like the Seattle Mariners because he played on them, but growing up, we really had only the Braves and the Cubs were on TV. So up until being from South Florida, we got the Marlins. I was always a Braves fan.
Braves have it, and Junior as the favorite player. There you go, MLB Man. Now you have the answer to that question. Just like that, folks. Join us here in the cage. Get your question in directly. Hashtag Chatting Cage, or join us like a fan. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your question for Danny?
I'm Lucas. I'm from Oakland, and I just want to say. You're one of my favorite players, Danny. And so my question was, so I was going to ask who your favorite player was when you were growing up, but you just answered that. So I'm going to ask, what's your favorite position you played this year with A's?
I feel most comfortable and probably naturally over on third, but playing first base has been good, and playing right field has been fun. I don't mind going anywhere, really. I don't have one particular favorite position. Just as long as I'm in the lineup, I'm just extremely happy and grateful for the opportunity.
A great question from Lucas. Lucas, sorry I scooped your favorite player question. I always feel bad about that when the fans want to join it. But there you have it, folks. Be like Lucas, fire up your device, and join us here in the cage so it's not just me reading questions. In the meantime, the EDJ question of the day goes like this. Danny, if you could pick one Olympic sport to compete in, which sport would that be?
Huh. Wow. I'd like to compete in Olympic ping pong, I think. It's pretty intense. And I used to play a lot of ping pong growing up, so I have a lot of good memories playing it. And the way they play it in the Olympics is pretty vicious.
There is no lack of speed and tenacity in Olympic table tennis, one of the more intense sports out there. So now we know what Danny's going to do in the next 4 years. We're going to train for the Summer Olympics and back to table tennis.
Well, they're bringing baseball back in 2020.
I know. We're all thrilled and excited about that. I mean, that's the sport that we're all looking forward to competing in 2020.
Yeah.
If not table tennis, then that. Fan joins us again. What's your name? What's your question for Danny?
Hi, I'm Noah from Tinley Park, Illinois. And I just wanted to ask, I know the Athletics have a wide range of uniforms. And what is your favorite to wear and why?
I personally like wearing the green uniform or the yellow uniform. I'd probably say the green, though, would be my favorite. I don't know. I kind of like having a little color out there. And, obviously we can match the socks a little bit. So I think there's a lot more options when you're wearing the green tops to, with socks and your cleats. So I think the green top's probably my favorite.
There you have it, folks. Noah getting the answer to his question, he was well decked as well, by the way. We go back now to social media, the MLB Fans app. Oakland Athletics fan 2016 says, "Thanks for signing that ball for me in Boston, Danny. It's hard being an A's fan living on the East Coast. What's your favorite ballpark to play in besides Oakland, and why?"
My favorite park to probably play in would be, man, I like playing in Fenway. It's obviously a great place to hit, and it's also just a great atmosphere every single night you go there. It's a pretty cool spot to play, and I enjoy playing there, I think, the most when I'm away from Oakland.
All right, coast to coast, there you have it. Danny Valencia says it is Fenway, one of the great cathedrals in baseball, and that is not overstating it at all for anybody who's visited that or had the chance to see a game there. This is the Edward Jones Chatting Cage. Fans make it go, like this fan right here. What's your name? What's your question for Danny?
I'm Matthew from New Jersey, and I want to know, since you play for the A's, have you seen Moneyball?
Have I seen the movie? Yeah. I tell Billy Bean all the time. I can't believe he got Brad Pitt to play him. I think that's I think every man's dream, and I like to joke with him how it's a stretch for him, but he's pretty cool about it. Obviously, it was a great movie, and it depicted, I guess, what they did here back in the day pretty well. And it was a good movie, and obviously a lot of the guys here have seen it too.
It is true, and notoriously, Billy did not become insufferable to be around. It didn't seem to change him, even though we all know if they cast Brad Pitt as you in a life story, you feel pretty good about yourself, no matter what anybody has to say about that. I go back now to the MLB Fans app. This one is from Kyle Nationals. What did you do as in your childhood that helped you get ready for the majors, Danny?
Playing down in South Florida, I was able to play baseball year-round, so I think that probably helped me, opposed to guys coming from the north where the winter you pretty much get shut down for outdoor sports. I practiced a lot, and I do remember hitting bottle caps with my mom out there in the front yard with a broomstick, and I think that helped me to have pretty good hand-eye coordination.
That's right. I believe I've heard it said that one of your better hitting coaches was, in fact, your mom.
I think you read that on my Wikipedia.
What?
I don't even know how that got there.
We're on the internet?
Crazy.
There's no way that's what we looked at for research in terms of those things. That's in-depth, hardcore research calling around the family. Well,
if you read it, it's definitely got to be true.
True. We all know that. I mean, this is on the internet, so it's true.
Oh, gotta be.
Another fan with us. What's your name? What's your question for Danny?
Hi, I'm Aaron from Michigan, and what's your favorite team other than, obviously, the Athletics that you play for them?
My favorite Major League Baseball team?
Other than the Athletics, yeah.
Or any sport.
Oh, any sport. I've really, in the past few years, have gotten into watching a lot of La Liga soccer. So I think I'm a pretty big Barcelona fan when it comes to soccer. I'm a big New England Patriots fan because I'm a big Tom Brady fan. So I say those were probably two of my favorite teams right now.
Two great sports, two great franchises as well. If you're going to look up to outside of baseball, those are great sports to follow as well. As we notice that soccer has become a much more impassioned sport here in North America. It's fun to see fans from around.
Yeah.
As we talk to Mike Piazza, actually part owner in that team now. Another fan joins us in the cage. What's your name, and what is your question for Danny?
My name is Josh, and I like to ask Danny how he splits up his reps in the infield and in right field. And go Pats!
Go Pats! What was the question about the reps?
Yeah, what do you mean split up his reps? How he does it, or how he works on it?
If he spends more time in the infield or outfield based on where he's starting.
Okay.
That's a good question. Ron Washington's always out very, very early here at the Coliseum doing infield work. So when I know that I'm going to be getting a start in the infield, I'll probably go with him the day before and the day of and do some work in the infield. But if I'm in the outfield, I'll go seek out Aldo Mike Aldretti, who's our outfield guy, and we'll do some work during batting practice because I guess he's not around right now during early work for that, but we normally get our work in the outfield during BP.
A great question about how Danny puts his work ethic in, and there's been a handful of questions on social media, so I'm going to sort of summarize them, hopefully, as best I can, from this Aegon Fanatic question. Danny, what are your tips and strategies for playing third base or for playing the infield? A lot of young players want to know some of the skill sets, some of the ways that you worked towards being so successful.
You know, a lot of the infield is a lot of reaction stuff, and always always expecting the ball being hit to you. I think that a lot of the time when you're young and you're playing, you know, infield, whether it be in middle school or high school or travel baseball, you know, you sometimes forget that you should be anticipating the ball is actually going to be coming to you every single pitch. And I think when you start doing that and you're really locked in every single pitch, expecting the ball to come to you, it enables you to put yourself in a position to be successful in catching the ball and getting good jumps and good reads off the bat.
All right, great advice there for young players who are looking forward to things. And then the other side of things, and this we've talked about favorite players, favorite franchises growing up. This is from Halo_022. Danny, what's your favorite baseball movie?
The Sandlot.
All right.
No doubt.
Simple, sweet, and to the point, just like that movie is, which is so great. One of the best. One of the best baseball movies there is.
Yeah, I loved it.
That wraps it up. Dan, did you have a good time talking to fans today?
Yeah, it was a great time. It's always nice to talk to people who you don't really get to see on a daily basis, especially guys who are on the other side of the country. I think it's pretty cool.
Very cool. I know they were excited fans. I always thank you for taking your time out of the day to get FaceTime with your favorite players. Danny, I thank you, and we'll see you all on the next round of the Edward Jones Chatting Cage.